Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today, Mr. Magazine was actually able to partake.
Yeah.
We had Fireball today. How you feeling today, big guy?
Good. I'm officially off the meds, so I'm cleared to drive and drink. Not at the same time, of
Not
course.
at the same time, of course. But
you know,
I don't think one shot an hour before you drive was going to do you too much harm.
Not with my BMI.
Nice. Wasn't that a record club?
Could be, yeah.
Or a bicycle? Or is that BMX?
Yeah.
All right, we got some people in here.
All right. Rowdy Ron is in the house. What's going on? He's first out the box. Second up is Antiquarian. Awesome Antiquarian. Delightful Dawn. And Marvelous Mike.
Aren't you going to put Dawn up there?
I said Delightful Dawn.
Put Dawn up there. She wants me to say it.
Say it.
Hey-o!
I'm sitting inches away from him, so I prefer not. But, yeah, it is what it is.
Oh, a few more people here.
Dandy Daniel's in the house. How's it going? And Super See the Lights as well.
Daniel, you're going to like today's item of the week because I think it's something or other that you probably, if not collect, you certainly pick up out there. So I got that put over here for item of the week with a little bit of a story behind it as well. All right, everybody. Great to see everybody. Mr. Magazine is back. We're back. Better than ever.
Yep.
Oh, a few more people.
All right. Joyous Joy's in the house and Awesome Anik as well. And Marvelous Mr. Hot Wheels. How's everyone doing?
Nice. Good to see everybody out here. Made it for the live. Very good. So we're going to start the show as we do every single week. We are going to ask you how your sales are out there. And we're going to start with Mr. Magazine as usual.
Yeah, for me, nothing's changing. Amazon's pretty steady Freddy. Website's pretty steady. You know, it's back up to where it should be. DVDs are selling, but eBay is still up and down, crappy on Sundays. So, you know,
right.
It is what it is. We're selling good stuff. We're just not selling a lot of stuff. The cheaper stuff is not selling at all, hardly.
On eBay?
On eBay, yeah.
Okay. Let's see how other people out there are doing.
All right. Mikey Mike's here. How's it going? Lovely Linda. Bright Brian's in the house. Ferocious Feral Girl's in the house.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that momentarily. Better than last week.
Nice. All right.
That's good.
Right.
Aren't bad. A large sale always makes such a big difference.
Sure.
Yes, that is very true. Very, very true.
Cool, Kelly.
Mediocre. Some days a spike. Other days I get a dip.
Yeah, that's definitely eBay.
And speaking of dips, anywho, sales are much better. Steady, but not over the board.
Marvelous Michelle. How
Up
you doing?
a bit. There you go. Up a bit finally. Okay, good. Oh, and John Doe had a good weekend.
I missed John there. How's John doing? All right.
He had a good weekend.
All right. Good to hear.
My sales have been a roller coaster.
How are your sales?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. My sales have been a roller coaster. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. One positive thing about being out of town, being busy, is you don't notice. Like you probably didn't particularly notice your sales too much when you had your hip surgery and when you day after when you were rehabbing.
Right.
You just had to trust things were being done, and you had other things on your mind.
Exactly.
I was out at Madison Bouckville, and this is going to sound counterintuitive, but I was out at Madison Bouckville Thursday, Friday buying, and I had to fly out early Saturday morning. Believe it or not, I kind of wanted my sales not to be great, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I had to come back Friday night and pack everything up. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'd love to sell 120 items, except I don't want to pack. I'd like to get some sleep before I go to the airport the next morning.
120 items a day would be great to come home to, but then.
Except if I've been gone 2 days,
No
so I
sleep.
get 240 items. Yeah, exactly. So, and same thing when I'm in Vegas, I'm coming back saying, yeah, I'm glad I didn't sell a ton.
Yeah.
So it was kind of slow. Now, one of the things that I did while I was gone is I did, and I think this is a great thing eBay did. I scheduled listings to list while I was gone. So I had something listing every single day. Didn't cost me to list anything.
Yeah.
So that was a positive. Every day I had activity on my account. Obviously, my sales are going to be down a little bit because I didn't do offers to buyers.
Right.
Because I'm gone and I'm not figuring out how to do that on the. I'm literally doing the least I can possibly do on the app. I'm accepting offers and answering questions.
Right.
Is literally all that I'm doing. So I didn't have a ton of interaction. Wasn't listing a lot of stuff. I just had the things that I had scheduled to list. So things were slow. I came back. I listed a bunch of stuff on Tuesday, and sales were better Tuesday, and they're really good today. I can't argue with that.
Nice.
A few other people.
All
And
right.
Amazon is Amazon. Oh, and then I did sell one item on $1,000,000 Peddlers over on eBay. And I sold one item on Etsy. But here's what I want to tell everybody. You've got to come to my Whatnot auctions. The item that I sold on Etsy was a book that I tried to give you guys on Whatnot. I wanted $3 out of it. Nobody wanted to give me $3. You made me sell it for 16 on Etsy.
Seems like it happens every week.
I tell you, I'm trying to give things away over there on Whatnot. I really am.
Yeah.
You guys are making me earn money.
So we got Joyce selling
Low
low
sales.
price. Mr. Howell
Low price.
so.
Yep, low price.
Right.
Yep.
Gil's in the house. Jay-Z Jeff, how's it going?
Hey, Jeff, I actually did, and I'm going to get into this. I actually did try to find you on Thursday. I know you told me right where you were. Then all of a sudden, when we were going to search for you, it started raining, and I was carrying paper, so I sprinted to the car.
Well, the truth of the matter was he saw you. He thought you were 20 feet away, but because of his depth perception, you were really 120 feet away.
That's true. Exactly. Exactly. He's 4 fields over. First item in eBay item in 2 weeks. Ooh.
I hope that turns around for you. That's not good.
Like, does this continue their own brand of cheap pop? Really?
Yeah, I prefer Sure Fine because it sure is fine.
It sure is. I did not know there's no W pop anymore. Try Winn-Dixie's check drinks, but Aldi just brought Winn-Dixie. Wow. I did not know any of this stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on out there I'm not aware of.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
true. So true.
Had a big makeover while I was gone. Couple of other things over here. Promoted 23 out of 40. So what is that? 52% or whatever that works out to. And offers 135 total offers. 59 of them are older. So the offers last week were 139. We expect this to continue to trend downward because of the checkbox that you automatically send offers in the future. So we're expecting that to trend down as time goes on. And then a couple of other things there. Believe it or not, right before I came on here, 4 o'clock today, I did a Whatnot book sale. I'm going to do one next Wednesday as well. Whatnot did some push notifications, saw a lot of new faces in the Whatnot stream. Very happy with my sales today. It was a good show. So come on by. You can never get enough Papergoy in a day, can you?
No comment.
There you go. There you go.
A little ICP action there. Brian's in the house. How's it going?
Tell you this, Etsy pays us to stay away from your book sales. Oh, I see.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
It's all coming together now. How about any buys? Anybody buying anything out there?
Well, tomorrow I got a big autograph collection I'm looking at locally. A lot of hockey and football signed items. Other than that, everything else is out of town.
Oh,
3-4 out of town deals working in the next week or two with Aaron. He's driving, like I said, to Utah. I think he's going to Chicago, maybe Manhattan. So, we're staying busy out of town. Not much locally going on for me.
How about anybody else out there? Anybody out there buying any of the deals out there? Oh, yeah. No, I was very happy with the sale, especially the other reason why. Well, there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, it was all stuff that I picked up at Madison Bouckville. So it was good to turn it around in 6 days. That's a new feeling for me because usually I hold on to things for months and years. So that was good. I've still got auctions left to schedule. All right.
Just looking at the motif in the back.
Yeah, I still got auctions left to schedule. So quite happy about that as far as that goes. And because they were doing the push notifications, you saw a lot more people coming in, and I got a lot of new followers. So that worked out really, really well as well. And I've got some really good auctions that I just have to put together. Some really good books to bring up. Send offers that are 25 to 30% off and get counter offers for less than half price.
Welcome to my world. I get those all day long. I might bite on some if I'm high on something, and I don't mind taking half, or if it's something old. But for the most part, it's a joke. All right.
2 long boxes of comics.
Nice,
There you go.
Nice.
I bought a postcard.
Right.
Nice.
Must be special.
I bought more postcards, even though I don't really need them. And price is good, so couldn't pass them up. Yeah, we're all there.
Yeah.
5 honey pots. Nice. So I ended up going out to Madison Bouckville. I wasn't able to hook up with Jeff because it started raining. I wasn't able to hook up with Primetime. Was talking with him, and then again, it started raining because he came a little late. And then he came Friday, but I wasn't ready on my way home because I had a lot of packing to do to leave on Saturday. I told him we'll hook up in the June show. So we should be doing that. Did well at Madison. I've got on my phone a haul video. The only problem is I really don't want to hold my phone up like this and have you all watch it. I have to figure out how to have Random Neighborhood Kid transfer that over onto YouTube. He said he's coming by Sunday, so we should be hopefully having the haul video up on Monday, about a 20-minute video, some shots from Madison Bouckville, as well as some really neat things that I ended up purchasing out there. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy that. I would say the weather was really nice, but there were a lot fewer sellers than usual. In the past, the June show was about 30 to 40% of the sellers at the big show.
Yeah.
Now the June show was better this year, but I would say that June show ended up with 75% of the sellers, even though it was only half the town.
Jeez.
We always do one day we do one side of the town, the other day we do the other side of the town.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of the town, one field they weren't even running it out. Two other fields were about at most half filled. Even underneath the big tents at the first field, first day, which is where, the primo spots.
Yeah.
Either people weren't there or weren't opened. I hate to say it, but I think that the flea market or the antique show is dying a slow death as far as that goes. It was sad. There were about 3 or 4 dealers that I buy from in bulk that were not out there. I just couldn't find them, and I don't know where they were. Kind of sad. And some of these people are paying. They're paying between $300 if you're way out in the outskirts to $700 for a spot.
Wow.
Depending on where you are.
Per day or the whole time?
Whole time, but you sell for 8 days.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. There, it was kind of sad. 2 boxes of American Flyer trains. Oh,
cool.
You're always buying, Jeff. Jeez. I don't know where you get all these leads from, says the man who's got a whole house full of stuff. And I did end up going to Vegas. Papergoy is actually in better health than I thought. I mean, he's not in great health by any means whatsoever. He was shuffling along and everything and moving slowly, but it was a lot better than I thought it would be. And so it was a lot of fun. Now, you've been to Vegas many, 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 many times, Mr. Magazine.
I think like 3.
I think they used to call you Mr. Vegas.
Maybe once.
You ever been to downtown?
Yes.
What is your thoughts of downtown?
It's just old, run down, not, they don't invest money into it,
Well, they've kind of, I guess, built it up some with some of the casinos.
Okay.
But my first thought, seedy.
Yeah.
It definitely is seedy compared to the Strip. The Fremont Street Experience, all that. We saw all that stuff, had a really good dinner with Papergoy, really nice steak dinner. Oddly, though, he let me pick up the bill. $600 dinner for 6 people, and I go reach for the bill, and I got it. I'm like, wait a minute. I was trying to do the old alligator arms, but when everybody else is doing the super alligator arms.
Well, or your bladder just, you can't take it anymore. You gotta get up.
But no, it was a really good trip out there. And then this Saturday, I want to shout out to local Mike. He gave me a text and asked me if I wanted to go, and I said yes, I would be able to. We're going out to Yates County. There's an antique show out in Yates County Fairgrounds. So if you're anywhere around the Penn Yan, New York area, stop on by, say hi.
Cool.
Should be a lot of fun because I need more stuff.
Exactly. CZUR Steve's in the house. How's it going?
Flea markets here in the South going to cheap new stuff.
Oh, gosh.
Book sale Monday, pay $5 for a set of books that have sold prices of $100 for the lot or $10 each.
Nice. Yeah.
It's a nice little deal. Or I could sell those on Whatnot for $3 and have nobody buy them and then sell it on Etsy for $120.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to head on into Glitch of the Week. A couple of different glitches. Mr. Magazine asked me because I wasn't able to make it in. I used one of my unpaid sick days, apparently. He asked me to go over. You like that little dig?
Yeah.
Like that little dig?
Now I'm going to pay you next week. Pay double. Hold on, flying disc in the house. How's it going?
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. I did see you. I was at the airport when you're one of your live shows. I'm like, I don't really want to sit in the airport playing Whatnot loud for everybody. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Magazine asked me to do something over on Stamps. So I tried to log into Stamps. There has been a critical error on this website. And then it said, learn more about troubleshooting WordPress. I'm like, what does WordPress have to do with stamps.com? So that was like a double glitch over there. Then another glitch.
The one today was a glitch, right?
Which one was that?
It started working for Mike later.
What was it?
The eBay when we were trying to get pull the searches up
Right.
for that card.
Oh, right. Yeah. Mr. Magazine had a situation where we were going into the unsold on the hub. No matter how many times we search, what search we put in, it came up with 131,000 items, no matter what search you put in. So the search was not working on your unsold on your seller hub. And then there was a glitch over there. I listed Liberty Magazine, or I was working on item specifics on Liberty Magazine, May 29th, 1937. Rabbit, Marinville, Duke and Duchess of Wales. eBay suggested that I put July in as the month for a May magazine.
Well, eBay knows best, right?
Yeah. 200,000 listing sales become very steady each day since the start of August. Oh,
nice. I wish I could say that for my 200,000 listings.
Very good. I'm at 21,000 and mine have been a roller coaster for certain. So those were the glitches. And then I don't know if this is a glitch or this is just, it could be a customer problem. I think it's a glitch. Someone bought 3 items from me, okay? Back a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. They paid for one and didn't pay for the other 2. Okay. And I'm like, okay, why did they do that?
Yeah.
So then I invoiced them for the other 2. Then they said, oh, I've already got one of those 2 items. Can you remove it from the invoice? Fine. I canceled the order for that one, invoiced them on the other one. Week goes by, they don't pay. Mm-hmm. So I then cancel the order for non-payment.
Yeah.
I then immediately get an email from eBay. Congratulations, your item sold. I go, no, it didn't. See, that's the problem. It didn't sell. I didn't get paid for it.
Right.
I just canceled it. But I canceled 2 other orders at the same time. Both of those, I got the cancellation email. On this other one, I got a thing telling me it sold. I said, that was a glitch over there. I was trying to go to my eBay seller page today and it popped up, not bidding on any items. Well, that's nice. It's good to know, I guess.
Wow, that's crazy.
A couple of site changes. This one hits Mr. Magazine a little bit, and I don't think he quite understood the parameters of what eBay said. So you had a bit of a problem, Mr. Magazine, just one, with a card on eBay. Why don't you go into that a little bit as to what it was and what you were trying to do to search on eBay Seller Hub, et cetera, et cetera.
So you're talking about the Playboy card.
Yes.
So again, if we're going back 2 months, we've called multiple times. How, can we list nudity, showing the bottom, whatever. We came to a conclusion that after 3 or 4 calls, you can show everything now. You can block it out or not block it out. And as long as it's in a new drop-down category that has a new drop-down. So that's what we were told, 2 months ago.
And so you had, these are officially licensed cards.
Right. Yeah.
Were they, they're signed?
Hand signed. Yeah.
Were they hand signed in the packs or were they hand signed after the fact?
We had both. We had some in the pack, some were signed after the fact at conventions or whatever. And for whatever reason, they kicked this one off of this model. And the first time the violation was the category, but it wasn't really the category. I mean, it wasn't. So it was the category they told us to list it in, but it wasn't the category. They said it can't be in that category because it's after 1970.
Right. And we talked about that last week, right? 1970, right.
So now we got another violation with the same card, which we didn't even relist. And now it's saying that you can't list any celebrities that are nude.
Yep. We no longer allow nude images of celebrities. You got to listen to this. Is exactly from the email. You have to listen to this. We no longer allow nude images of celebrities on eBay. Whatever on means. On eBay. Please take a moment to remove any similar items and do not relist this item. So my question is...
But it's the same item that was in violation the first time. The same Playmate. And obviously that's a celebrity, regardless.
That's my question. Who's a celebrity?
Anyone on a card really is a celebrity. I would imagine. Whether it's a bikini model, an actual movie actress, an adult star model, anything celebrity. It has to be. Right. On a card. They have influencer cards, YouTube, sensations. They have all kinds of cards. So basically you can't sell, but no nudity in any card, basically.
Anything.
Right.
The only ones you could would be like
Right.
the photos, the snapshots, and all
The
that
photos
stuff.
going to be okay because my black and white photos are pre-70. Now the date borderline used to be 80 on back, so you can list Playboy magazines, Penthouse magazines made for pre-1980. Now they're saying it's pre-1970. These cards, and again, there's 10,000 on eBay, were made 1990 or after, all of them.
Right, but that's kind of interesting there. The images of celebrities, I'd like to get a definition from them as to what's a celebrity, or is it just a celebrity that complains?
Well, I think it's a celebrity that complains, but we're going to call, and I get a feeling I'm going to leave them on until we have a backup plan, but we're going to leave them on until we get hit hard with a bunch of them at one time. Because right now, it's really just one celebrity.
It's one celebrity who's upset, right?
Yeah.
And then another big site change, which I don't know how many people out there heard, Whatnot made some pretty major changes this past week. I didn't exactly understand a lot of it because I don't do any of the things that they've outlawed now, but they don't allow like wheels and they don't allow duck races and they don't allow this and that. Basically, the gambling aspect of it, they've kind of taken all of that away from the site, which we kind of knew was going to happen. It happens with pretty much every site. You know, the sites are a wild west, and then at some point they have to clean themselves up.
Right.
So Whatnot seems to have cleaned itself up by getting rid of that. Now it's funny because I'm on the Whatnot Reddit, and it's very funny because most of the people on there are from the Pokemon world, and they're screaming bloody murder, and they're all upset about this, and how's it going to, what's this going to do to the site, and this and that, and scammers and this and that. And in the areas that I sell in, I mean, I'm sure there are some people that did things like that, but it's just not prevalent. If you're selling ephemera and books, you're selling ephemera and books. I mean, you're not really selling games and all that stuff because you know what you're buying. You're buying a book.
Exactly.
There's not a $10,000 book possibly hiding inside this book. It doesn't happen that way in the book area. Need some $1 million peddler's mojo. I sold $500. Oh, $0 today. Oh, well, we're sending it out to you. My mom kept duplicate listing every morning after the listings were totally different. Oh, jeez. Wow. Oh, that would be annoying. That would be annoying. I absolutely agree. But the other funny thing is you see a lot of people on there saying, how are we going to compete? I don't know. Hard work and good product. I don't know. Yeah. Was live streaming his auction on YouTube. Yep. It's not available or wasn't available on the Android last I looked, but I got to do that at some point. All right, we're going to head on into the item of the week. Now, this is nothing too special, but I wanted to show it to you. You've seen many of these in the past.
I have had some, I think.
Yep, it's invisible. It's somewhere in here. Yep, there we are. Tip Top Weekly. And there were a lot of these different kind of things out there. These are what you call dime novels. You got Tip Top Weekly. You've got Frank Merriwell and just a whole bunch of different of them. There were hundreds of them. I didn't realize there were that many different ones out there. I pick them up when they're $1 to $3 a piece, which you actually can find them over here on the East Coast. Tip Top Weekly, believe it or not, I made some notes. Believe it or not, this had 850 issues, Mr. Magazine.
Wow.
850 issues, buy them all. They're out from 1896 through 1912. So these are, they're kind of relatives to what they call the penny dreadfuls. They're similar. These are the dime novels. The reason I bring this up is, again, you can buy these out over here, a couple bucks a piece. People are asking retail on them, $7 to $10 a piece. Were you aware they grade these?
I'm not aware of that, no. Like
so
CGC?
Yep. So I went to Heritage Auction this week, and they have a whole bunch of these graded.
Wow.
And some of them are actually graded 6.5.
Wow. That's
which,
high.
For something from the 1890s, I mean, this is actually missing a back cover on it.
Yeah.
You tend to find these not in the best of shape. So for somebody or other to have one that's a 6.5 is kind of amazing. Again, some or other, if you pick it up out there for $1 to $2 each, which you can from time to time, at least up here in the East Coast, they're less prevalent than they used to be, but they're still out there. Pick them up for $1 to $2 each. And now, if they're very, very high grade, you can go out and get them graded for sure.
You gotta tell me what they sell for. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a bid in on one of them, just kind of to be able to watch it. I can watch it on my watch list.
Sought after ones.
I'm sure there are. Yeah. I don't know a lot about them. I pick up any of them that I see and I save them because I'm paying so little on them. But again, they are now being graded by CGC. So that's kind of an interesting development with these. So dime novels, you can find them out there.
Very cool.
There you go. Semi-retired photographer writer. She told me numbers in small print in the back. Some photos are photographed for copyright. Oh,
cool.
Interesting. Did not know that. All righty. We're going to head on into insulting offer of the week, which, if it doesn't disappear, we've got everybody's favorite band hammer. It's magical band hammer. I think we used it a little bit this week over here. Mr. Magazine had an Everdell board game, which I don't even know what that is, Mr. Magazine. You probably don't either.
I think it's a new role-playing game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You were asking $50 on it. Yeah, I got a $15 offer. Now, you say it's a newer game, probably out in stores now?
Yeah, I think they're 50, 60, 70 bucks, depending on versions and so forth. Yeah.
Are they more than 15?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You had a Spider-Man number 54 CGC6. Whoa, we both disappeared.
Oh, camera.
How the heck did that happen?
That's plugged in, right? Not just the battery?
Should be.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. We're going to win glitch of the week this week. Make sure it's plugged in right there.
Which one is it? This here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in. Oh, there we go. Something's going on. Was it plugged in there tight? Because we're good over here. Definitely.
And we are back. We win glitch of the week this week.
Wow.
It's amazing. We just disappeared. Don't know how the heck that happened. The camera just suddenly unplugged itself or something or other. TikTok Weekly.
True.
There you go. Sorry about that, people. That was freaky.
Antiquarian wanted to leave it with as we were ghosts. Exactly. Yeah. Disappearing peddlers. Yeah. There we go.
Ruh-roh. And it just happened again.
It says battery exhausted. Well, my leg's exhausted, but you don't hear me bragging about that.
How can the battery be exhausted? It's plugged in.
Yeah.
Well, people, I don't know if you can see us or not, or hear us or not. Apparently, you can't hear us. I got to figure out what's going on with that, but we'll work on the show. Yeah, we don't. Exactly. We don't.
My wife's happy. He's finally gone.
I don't know why.
Where's RNK when you need him?
Yeah, right. Jeez. Well, we're gonna have to work on that.
It's a free magic show. True. Yeah. Gone again. Disappearing host. Womp womp.
Can you guys hear us?
Yes, Kelly.
We can hear you. Okay. Well, we're gonna do this different with us not here.
The battery is exhausted.
Yeah, it says battery exhausted. We'll work on that after the show.
Yeah, it's plugged in, so it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. I have to figure that one out. Couple of other. Mr. Magazine had a Hamilton needs replacing. Better not. We just bought that thing. Jeez. Mr. Magazine had a Hamilton wristwatch, $90. Somebody offered him $10. Crumb Real Monsters Nickelodeon on card, $45.54, a $6 offer.
Ooh, he knows his stuff. It is a Sony.
It is a Sony, yeah. Huh. Interesting. Gonna have to figure that one out then. Needs a vacation. Yeah. There you go. And then I had a September 1937 Astounding Stories pulp, $38.23, free shipping. I got a $10 offer on it. Kind of crazy. I had a gentleman, overseas guy, asking if I can change postage after he bought something.
Oh, I hate that.
No.
Exactly. Yeah.
Bottom line, no. Especially not now with the new eBay. You can't do that with the new eBay shipping at all, because that's going to come straight out of my pocket. So no, I cannot. And then a guy bought something that says it's missing pages. Oh, thank you. I said, please return. Now, mind you, I'm in Vegas at this point. I got a lot going on. Whatever. He starts asking a million questions. Are you going to pay? Are you going to pay? I go, yeah, it's free returns. What do you mean free returns? I said, you don't have to pay. I'll cover the shipping. Well, how do you send me a label? I said, use the return process. It's all automated. So he's asking me 23 million questions. And meanwhile, I'm trying to get things done. I'm like, just guess what? He hasn't returned it yet. He hasn't even clicked through. Yes, you do. Absolutely,
Yeah,
Troy.
it's
Absolutely.
it's crazy. It sucks, but it is what it is.
And then another gentleman's wanting multiple pictures on a $16 item. I'm like, no, I don't have time for all of that. Oh, thank you, Ron. Yep, so am I.
Paul's in the house. How's it going?
We're having battery issues, Paul. That's why we're just kind of sitting off to the side in our invisible man
It's too bad
costumes.
because we have a PSA 10 Mickey Mantle rookie here graded that we're going to show you guys.
Yeah, that was the new item of the
Unfortunately,
week.
you can't see it.
Exactly. A couple of other interesting things. Buyers of Bored Ape. Remember those, the NFTs?
Yes.
They are suing, as believe it or not, the NFTs were not a good deal.
Oh, wow.
I know that's shocking and stunning to everybody.
If you buy stock and the stock plummets, can you sue?
Well, apparently the reason they're suing is they're suing Sotheby's. Sotheby's had a sale, and you know who the buyer was? Remember FTX?
I thought you were going to say that artist was Gangsy or what is that?
No. Remember FTX, that cryptocurrency company?
Yeah.
People thought Sotheby's, the way Sotheby's was phrasing things, they thought that, how do I want to put it, that a real person was buying stuff, like somebody more conventional, like maybe a Mark Cuban or a Warren, well, obviously not Warren Buffett, or Warren Buffett kind.
Yeah.
So they thought there was legitimacy to it. And then it turns out that it was FTX. And now people are saying they were misled into thinking it was a good buy.
Oh, jeez.
Now, if the value had gone up, do you think they'd be suing?
Yeah, exactly. How long? When did they buy it? A couple years ago?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Yeah,
come on, that's ridiculous.
Yep. Then I got a guy making an offer today, a literary magazine from a college I had. Oh yeah, do hit like buttons. It's even better without us.
Is that invisible, the like button, or can I see that?
A guy makes an offer on a literary magazine from a college. I'm asking $23 on free ship. He offers 10, says he wants it, but he's willing to wait. He's going to pay 10 all in. If not now, then he'll wait and make the offer again in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. I just kind of laughed at myself. I didn't have the heart to tell him I have items up since 2008. So he may have to wait a while. Okay, yep, we're definitely going to try that probably after the show, try to get it figured out here because I don't really want to be doing this during the show.
With his depth perception right now, he's like touching the wall and he's like a few inches off of the camera. Talking chairs, yes.
We're going to have to cancel, yes. Going to have to cancel Web Interpret as there's really nothing much up right now because they're not compatible with the new eBay shipping. Okay. And Mr. Magazine's pretty important. He got an email today. He has early access to Ground Advantage on Amazon.
And they called me. I didn't tell you.
Oh, really?
To see how everything's going, if there's any glitches, if it's working well, and how are my thoughts. And I said, perfect. I think we did 20 orders Ground. Everything came out perfect. No issues. And it says something like under Ground Advantage under 1 pound, and then there's Ground Advantage over a pound, depending on what weight you put in.
Oh.
So those are the options at this point. But yeah, no problems. And they were happy. I'm happy. And I think we're going to save some money because now you're not forced to use priority if it's over a pound because 90% of the time, the buyers on Amazon don't choose priority. And we have to pay extra for that just because it's heavy. So now we'll be able to save some money, I think.
Hey, I always wanted to do a podcast.
Exactly.
Couple of other we're gonna head on in. Abstract art, exactly. Mr. Magazine, time for the main topic, the big reveal. We're gonna kind of cut this short because A, technical glitches, and B, Mr. Magazine's still his hips still bother him a little bit.
Just when I'm sitting down for a long period of time, you get the blood flowing down to the ankles, but it's way better than last week.
Yeah, it's good. Today's main topic, the big reveal. The aging out of resellers, ... Go ahead, Mr. Magazine.
So we talk about, we've discussed this in the past, dying items like stamps. And
no. I was talking about the dealers themselves.
Oh, the old, okay. So you're telling me I'm going to be old at some point in my life?
No, not you.
Well, you've got to hope that if you have connections with these gentlemen, they're sellers, that, hey, they got 10, 20, 30,000 pieces and they're retiring, they want to get out. Might be some good deals out there.
We'll see how long this works.
Oh, all right, good. I don't know what you did, but
we'll see. We'll see how long until it's exhausted.
Yeah, I think it's sad to see them go. These we'll call them dinosaurs, but they may have some good collections that they got to sell to someone. Why not it be us or you guys out there? If you have some connections, keep in good with them. Stand a good sign, keep dealing with them, and then hey, I got 30,000 items. I'm retiring. Give me 10 grand. Whatever. So.
Well, and I brought this up mainly because of Madison Bouckville, with it being overall probably 80% of last year and probably 50 to 60% of 10 years ago. And you're not seeing
Triple J.
See, John,
Better late than never.
You know what our thing was there, the retirement home for the resellers. But we're probably at 60% of the way it was 10 years ago out at Madison Bouckville, and that's just one show.
Yeah.
And are there any young dealers? Yeah, there's a couple, but not really too many out there whatsoever.
Well, there's more old ones retiring than there are young ones getting back into it, so it's not going to level out.
And then the question comes, what happens to the inventory? How much of it's going to end up in a landfill?
Well, here's another thing too. What stage are they? They're not just going to retire and say, "Oh, they're going to." We all have to have a plan. So if you're on someone like, say, Popeyes, and you have 1 million postcards or 10 million postcards, and you're on eBay and all these sites, they're probably going to do them in stages. Whereas you're going to say, "Hey, let me get off eBay. I'm going to do these shows though. Let me get off Etsy." You probably get off the online stuff and just start doing the shows and the flea markets and stuff like that. And then you're like, okay, now I'm semi-retired. I can just, I don't have to worry about packing this and that. Just go to the shows on weekends, lighten the load, and then at some point say, okay, I'm done with this. I've exhausted this avenue. Let me just dump everything to one person.
Right, but here's the thing. I don't think a lot of those dealers necessarily dump.
No, well,
and I think that's the problem.
If they have stuff that they think is very valuable, no. But if they're the guys that you're buying boxes for $1, those are the guys you want them to dump to. And they're willing to dump it. They just want the room, the money, and move on.
Right, but I think that what ends up happening is a lot of these people is, I've got all my stuff together. I'm going to go do the show. I always do 15 shows, and this year I only do 8, and next year I only do 3. But I got all my merchandise there, and then the next year comes around. I don't really feel like doing it. We'll probably do it next year.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 3-4 years go by, and they're never going to do it again. We got to do something with all that stuff, but it's all down in the basement. Who really cares?
Right.
And then they sell the house, they downsize, they pass on, they go in, whatever the case happens to be.
Take a dump.
Where does that inventory go? I think a lot of it ends up going to the dump.
Well, especially if something happened to them health-wise,
yes.
Unexpectedly. Sure, absolutely. Or it goes into someone just gives it away for free, or they throw it out, like you said, in the dump. Like Don said, how many times can we say dump in 2 minutes? Or
the other side of the things too is you wind up with a situation where, how many times have you dealt with people that they're still, they need to get rid of the stuff, but they're still holding on to the old value. I'm thinking of a deal that you had an option or ability to get up Connecticut way.
Yeah. Those are great stuff, phenomenal stuff. And again, this guy spent his whole life buying this stuff and probably paid top dollar on eBay. But when it was time to sell, he's just, he's the guy that has the Tom Brady Sports Illustrated that's not graded, that's worth $50 on eBay, but he's seeing the one that's a 9.8 go for $2,000 on eBay, and he's like, mine's as nice as that. Well, you may think that, but it's not as nice as that until it is. It is, yeah. So, we get a lot of people coming in saying, "Oh, I got this item. It's $150 on eBay," and you're looking like, "Well, that's the graded one. This is $10-20." So you got to kind of explain it to them, and they still don't get it, some of them. So I won't even make them in the offer, So.
Well, and the other reason why was there was somebody locally I heard a story about that had passed on, and then his family was trying to, he had 3 or 4 storage units, and I ended up selling the storage units for literally pennies on the dollar because it was eating him up the cost of storing the stuff.
Right.
And whoever bought the stuff, they got a really good deal, but they also got a lot of junk as well because the person just saved every single item that they had there.
Sure.
But how many of us have, I'm bursting at the seams as it is right now. Some big dealer that I've dealt with in the past says to me, "I want to sell my inventory out to you." Where am I going to put it at? Some big dealer that you've dealt with wants to sell his inventory out to you. Where are you going to put it at?
Well, I got lucky with that Georgia deal because if I didn't unload the container to our friend in Pittsburgh, I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah. So I guess the question comes down to, people are definitely aging out. There's no doubt whatsoever about that. Will there be a big influx of inventory sometime soon?
I don't know about soon, but definitely, who knows? With definitely at some point.
So I want you to be thinking about that, especially if you are somebody that goes around the shows. I want you to kind of be cognizant as you're walking around the flea markets, the shows, and all that kind of stuff. Especially not necessarily maybe the flea market, but more the dealer kind of things. And start counting, basically start trying to figure out the average age of people. And there are a lot of people at the flea markets that I've been dealing with for 20 to 25 years. Well, they're at least in their 40s, and I think they're more like probably in their 60 to 70s.
Yeah, sure.
And, you go around to the shows, and every time you go to a show, if you go year after year after year, there's one or two people that aren't there, and the spots are not being filled in.
20 years ago, we were younger, the younger ones. Now we're probably average age there, or even getting, probably average.
Yeah.
These auctions and so forth.
Yeah, we were definitely young back in the day, no doubt at all about it. Even just look at the people that we know that have passed that have been in the hobby.
Yeah.
It's scary. No, definitely won't. Definitely won't.
Unfortunately, I'm sitting on probably, 50 plus boxes, maybe 80 boxes of someone's airplane magazines and author books and stuff. So my office is already full.
Which is why we're doing the Whatnot book auction.
Right.
So hopefully we'll be moving that stuff
We'll
out
see.
or moving stuff off here and bring those boxes over one way or the other. But yeah, I want you to just kind of think about it because, again, it really hit me at Madison Bouckville.
Hold on, I got to say this correctly. Moving on 395s in the house. How's it going?
And if you just walked in, you definitely want to watch the replay because we win the glitch of the week this week. We win glitch of the week this week for sure. But yeah, walking around Madison and just seeing all the empty spots.
Battery's exhausted.
Nope, we're going to disappear again.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we definitely have to look into that. The Web Random Neighborhood Kid take care of that. 14 buying, selling, collecting.
But I think someone mentioned it though. The things that we're going to keep moving on, they won't be dying so much as the toys, comic book, sports cards. Those seem to have a longer shelf life as far as collectors staying in it longer.
Right, definitely. So. All right, we're going to head on over to, after disappearing yet again, I got to write that down, battery exhausted. I got to have Random Neighborhood Kid come by this weekend and figure out what that problem is. I know you have a story here for Rambling Story of the Week.
I do. What's it? Did I write down what it is?
You told me your pinky toe was broken.
Oh, geez. See, I forgot. See, because it was like almost a week ago. So, had my hip surgery.
Yes.
Probably. So it wasn't, let's see. It probably happened over the weekend. I had to use the walker still. I didn't graduate to the cane at that point. So I'm in the kitchen and my pinky toe hit my walker and it hurt badly. But at that point, it was just sprained. It was a little red and, I could deal with that, So at that point, the hip pain was, outweighed the pain from my pinky toe. So now my wife wants to go shopping, get stuff at Walmart and this and that. And, I got to keep up and walk around. It's good for the blood flow and all that. So we go there in a couple stores, then I'm tired after a while because I can't walk for too long, So I go, I want to go in the car. So I got this big truck with the running boards. And the way I stepped, you got to step with, when you're stepping up, you got to step with your right foot, the non-surgical foot.
Right.
So the way I stepped onto the running board, I angled it with my pinky toe on it with all the weight, and I just heard a crack.
Oh.
So I end up breaking my pinky toe.
Oh.
Yes, and it was not fun, and it was unfortunately the pain in my hip was almost gone at that point. I couldn't feel the pain because I'm worried about the pain in my pinky toe. So we have it wrapped up right now, and there's nothing you can really do with a broken pinky toe other than wrap it.
You went to see the doctor? Oh, we're disappearing again. Battery's disappearing again.
No, we did not see the doctor because if you Google it, there's nothing. My wife's a nurse as well, but there's nothing you can really do for broken toes. They got to heal on their own. So she just taped it up with the toe next to it, and I just got to deal with that, and hopefully it'll get better in time.
Well, I have a very short rambling story this week.
All right.
Did you notice anything different about my outside when you came in, Mr. Magazine?
There was a piece of moldy bread on the stuff.
Okay. Other than that, did you notice anything different?
The lawn was mowed.
So my driveway is roughly 2 cars wide. Unfortunately, 2 cars wide doesn't work quite so well if you want to be able to open and close your door.
Right.
So you got to be about 2 1/4 cars wide.
Right. Yeah.
So what we end up doing,
or by limousines, that'd be perfect. You could put 2 limos in your driveway.
Yes, you could. So what we end up doing is parking on the lawn. Okay. And You park a little bit on the lawn with your side wheels, and you have enough room to get the doors open and closed. And he's waving his arm right now. So over time, right along the side of the driveway, his turn, there's no grass there anymore. It's all dirt and mud.
Yep.
Just because you park there, you park there, you park there. So I went off to Madison Bouckville, and I came home, parked the car, parked the Rogue, get out, and I'm like, that's odd. There's a bit of an odor. It smelled like asphalt.
I think I say moldy bread, but go ahead.
It smelled like asphalt.
Yep.
So then I go and I open the side door and I look down and there's asphalt.
Someone sealed your driveway?
Somebody paved over the dirt in the driveway to extend my driveway, the side of my driveway.
Huh.
No note.
And you don't know who did it?
I have zero idea who did it. No note whatsoever. I just came home to that. I told the wife, I said, if we're going to Vegas, maybe we'll come back to new windows. I don't know.
I mean, it could be the town. Sometimes they do projects on your street and they got left over and like, hey, this guy needs it. What are we going to do with it anyways?
That's exactly what I figured out, or what I think. I think the town probably did that.
Cool. Very cool.
But whoever did that, thank you very much. Definitely do appreciate it. And I won't be tracking mud into the house.
Nice.
All right, everybody. That was a pretty neat thing over there. We had a fun show tonight, interesting show. We're definitely going to have Random Neighborhood Kid figure out this problem, because although you guys think it's better not seeing us, we do like to see ourselves a little bit here.
Backup battery just in case anyway. So that's the worst case scenario. I'll get a backup battery.
That would be true. All right, everybody, hit the like button if you could. Crazy show tonight, but a lot of fun.
Exactly. Yeah. True.
Check out Whatnot. I have auctions for books tomorrow, Thursday, and a Friday auction, 4 p.m. Saturday, I'm part of a train, a raid train, Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. So come on by for that as well. And then Monday, I actually have a book auction up as well. And Tuesday, ephemera auction. So plenty of stuff going on over at Whatnot. No mystery games. Just going to be good value for a good price. So come on by and see that. Hit the like button. Thank you very much. And we will get these technical glitches fixed so we don't win next week as well. Thank you, everybody. Hit the like button. See you next week.
Take care. Bye-bye.